all of China is trying to expand into the Western market. You're going to see a flood of games from China real soon because China shut down releases of new games in China. So expect that. And you'll see them on the mobile store first. I'm working on a couple that will probably come into the market. I'm only doing story stuff though. I'm not actually doing any of the gameplay. And unfortunately, China's market is flooded with cloners effectively, where, you know, even the big companies are basically copying AFK Arena or Hero Wars or other successful mobile games and just pasting their stuff on top of it. But, you know, I'm writing a story for one, so we'll see if that if that can fix the problem there. Probably not, but we'll see. And
but I mean, adventure games would be fantastic for mobile, wouldn't it?
They are. Yeah, there's several that I highly recommend. Like Professor Layton made the jump to mobile and has exclusively mobile games. I don't like the way that they're selling them necessarily, where they like, you know, here's a couple chapters, now buy the whole game. Oh, it's not the whole game, it's just another chapter.
Episodic.
Yeah, not a big fan of that. Just give me the whole game, or tell me up front. I'll pay the $9.99 or whatever. I don't care. And I think the best model is to have two versions, the demo version and then just buy the full version. But they need to transfer the save so that you don't lose the progress.
Yeah, no, that's a big part. Yeah, people are invested, especially in a story, that the way that the choices that I've made, especially you have to make those choices again, it just doesn't feel remotely the same way with the same level of motivation.
Yeah, it's really annoying. So they have to be careful when they do that. So, I mean, maybe they found the best model. But I think, like, if I see a Professor Layton game and, you know, even if it's $9.99, yeah, sure, I'll buy that. Yeah. In terms of, yeah, why aren't there more adventure games? I guess there's a bunch of like romance story stuff.
Yeah.
And
dating sims.
Yeah. Those are the ones I see a lot of. But also, you know, there's like Supercell, who is basically innovating in a bunch of different genres. So they've like remastered RTSs for mobile. And now they've done like a version of Battle Chess that is actually way more interesting than than auto chess. I said Battle Chess, auto chess. And yeah, they're doing really good stuff. So I always look to Supercell games first. Whenever they release a new game, I'm playing it in whatever country they've released it in, just to see if I can garner any interesting stuff there. The only problem with them is that they have the same model of monetization for everything, which is effectively pay to win. And that's super infuriating, especially when you get there's a point in every Supercell game where I start running up against opponents and I'm realizing I'm not losing because they are out, you know, doing better tactics or anything. I'm losing purely because their units are higher level than mine. And then I just kind of quit.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I hope that kind of thing gets more common to a point where people don't enjoy it anymore or don't support it anymore. But I feel like that's perhaps split because most people that play mobile games, especially in the Western scene, are younger kids, unsupervised kids mostly. And to them, the money isn't all that much of a factor. So perhaps, you know, the money determination as to how people make games doesn't work in that scenario? Or is that not a fair statement to make?
I mean, it's definitely an ethical quandary for, like, if a kid is playing a game and like they've got it on their parent's phone, it's going to have access to the, you know, the credit card. That's particularly a problem on like iPhone and things like that. Though they are doing better with like face identification. So like even if the kid does get in there, it's not going to hopefully identify the kid as the parent unless they're like a clone.
Yeah.
But
that's a real worry.
Maybe
soon
in the future.
Yeah.
The main thing is that these games need to be more ethically monetized, in my opinion. And I think that there should be, for example, for these Supercell games, I wouldn't, if there was like a, hey, pay $30 and we'll give you the top tier units, like buy the set. Okay, that's $30 they never would have gotten out of me otherwise. But no, they need to monetize for whales because they want infinite money. And that's, I think, gross.
Is that one of the reasons why there's such a split between, you know, especially PC gamers and mobile gamers? Because I mean, there's that infamous line when they announced Diablo Immortal at BlizzCon, where they just ask, you know, don't you guys have phones? So, you're able to play this game, which, don't get me wrong, I was also really tilted that statement, but it is a valid question. It's like, you have a phone, so you could theoretically enjoy this game. It's not that you don't have access to it. And yet people still obviously negatively reacted because they were expecting something different. Is that, the entire reason, or is there something else behind it?
No, it's entirely a player expectation. I always harp this, like in design lessons and things like that. It's like, if you tell the player you're going to do something, you better do it. It's like Chekhov's gun. If you show the gun in the first act, it better by act 3 have been used to shoot someone or something. But in the cascade of disasters for the announcement of Diablo Immortal, number one, it could have been easily fixed. And all it would have taken was do the Diablo 4 teaser trailer first, and then and by the way, while you're waiting, here's Diablo Immortal. 100% everyone would have been like, yay, okay, I don't like mobile games, but Diablo 4 is coming, and in the meantime I get to play this and get like back into the Diablo spirit. Would have been 100% success, because I know this because I saw Bethesda do it. Fallout 4 is coming, here's a little Fallout mobile game in the meantime. Genius. So the solution was already there, and they just totally effed up. But it becomes from like this archaic thing that Blizzard had, which was like, you never announce something until it's like really close to being deliverable, or at least showable in some form. And Diablo 4 was just a far way off. Maybe they weren't even planning a Diablo 4. I don't know exactly what was going on internally. Right. But they just don't announce things until they're close to being ready. And as a result, Diablo Immortal was much closer to being ready. But as a result of the reaction, now it's been pushed back, 2 years? Yeah. I think. No. And it's no longer what was obviously a skin swap on another game. Yeah. So the crowd was right, and they won. Yeah.